What's up, guys? It's Dr. Jim. I am your chiropractor and your weight loss expert, and I want to welcome you to this Weight Loss Wednesday video. You know, we're not really going to necessarily completely talk just about weight loss in this section. A lot of times there's really important sort of nutritional advice and information I want to get out to everybody. So today's video is how important is vitamin D? Well, let me first tell you, vitamin D is incredibly important. Okay? And the funny thing is vitamin D isn't even actually a vitamin. It's actually a hormone, basically meaning your body makes it. See, vitamins are things you have to get from the outside because your body doesn't make it. Hormones your body makes, and your body makes vitamin D. And the way it does it is when you're exposed to sunlight, your body converts cholesterol into vitamin D. Now, that's incredible, right? Now, we're in a dilemma here. We've got an epidemic going on of vitamin D deficiencies. It's estimated that 32 to 50% of the population is actually deficient in vitamin D. All right. Now, this is really important. It's a big deal. And one of the reasons, there's a couple reasons why. Number one, we spend a lot more time indoors than we used to. Let's think about it. If you grew up on a farm and you spent, 8 hours a day out, work in the field, well, guess what? You got a lot of sun exposure. Well, now we live in big metal boxes and cubicles, and we play video games all day, and we go to offices and we talk on phones and we stare at computer screens. And we're not getting the sunlight exposure that we used to. Now, in addition to that, when we do go out, we slather up in sunscreen, and that actually blocks the sun from activating our vitamin D receptors. So that's another reason. And we used to eat a lot more organ meats, which are high in vitamin D, which we don't eat anymore, really. A lot of us. My parents used to make me eat liver and onions, and I just thought that was just gross. And so I'm not encouraging that you have to go back to eating liver, but I'm just saying that these are reasons why we have lower vitamin D levels now, and it is epidemic. Literally half of the population is probably low in vitamin D. Now, why is that so important? Well, number one, you know how important something is by how many receptor sites there are in your body for it. And literally, there is a receptor site literally on almost every single cell in your body for vitamin D. That's how important it is. They have found out that vitamin D has a direct action on over 3,000 of your genes. Literally the ability to modulate the genetic expression of over 3,000 genes. That's how important your vitamin D is. Now, another thing that was interesting is that feeling tired and achy, which is a very common symptom across, just fatigue and tired, and it's actually a very common symptom of low vitamin D. So imagine if you could just help with tired and achy feelings by taking vitamin D. That would probably save you a whole bunch of money and taking a bunch of over-the-counter garbage that's not helping you. So that's really important. Now, ideal levels of vitamin D have been linked in the research to a number of things. Number one, it reduces all causes of mortality. Now, did you just hear what I said? Now, mortality is things that kill us. So literally, proper levels of vitamin D in your blood actually reduce all causes of mortality. It's that important. It showed it reduced breast cancer by up to 77%, that it reduced the incidence of diabetes, and it reduced the incidence of high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. That's how important vitamin D is. Now, here's a really cool stat. This is why this went in Weight Loss Wednesday. That they found out that an increase of just 1 nanogram per milliliter of vitamin D in your blood, actually it created about 0.4 pounds of weight loss, of extra weight, if you were continuing to eat exactly the same thing. Literally almost a half a pound of weight loss per 1 nanogram per milliliter increase of your vitamin D, like in your blood, showed that you lost almost a half a pound more eating the exact same diet. Like, these aren't people that changed what they were eating as well as doing it. Literally, they continued to eat the same thing, and when they took vitamin D, they lost 0.4 pounds more for every one it went up. That's awesome. So that's how important it is. Now, The thing is I highly recommend that you get a really good vitamin D. I like it with some cofactors and like vitamin K with it. So if you would like a link to be able to order the vitamin D that I recommend, okay? If you would like that, just go ahead and type vitamin D or just put in D in the comments, and I will send you a link to order the vitamin D that I would recommend for you. It's an oil, it's got some other things in it. It all helps with absorption and utilization, and we will get your vitamin D levels up to the level they need to be. Obviously, another way to do it is get out in the sun. You don't have to be out there for 6 hours. Like, the way that we do it at my house is because obviously everybody's concerned about too much sun exposure. Get out there for 20 minutes with nothing on, and then you can slather up. But get that first 20 minutes of sun so that you can activate your vitamin D receptors. All right? So I think that should really help. Once again, put D in the comments if you want the vitamin D that I recommend. Just realize that your vitamin D levels are incredibly important, especially since, if you live north of Atlanta, and for about 4 months now, there has not been nearly enough sunshine to have optimum levels of vitamin D. So as we come out of that, vitamin D is really important. So just like I tell my son every day before he goes to school, be your very best today. #never quit. And I believe that God wants the very, very best for you. And the day you believe that could change your life forever. Have an awesome, awesome day.